What is going on, you guys? Bashtian here, and today I'm coming at you with a budget Sky Striker profile. But not only that, guys, the first video I'm recording about a week and a half, 2 weeks since I went on my vacation. So it's exciting to be back in front of the camera. Missed you guys. But yeah, so I've been playing around with Sky Striker, just thinking about concepts in my head about how we can make this as budget friendly as possible. The best I could do was around a $150 budget for those of you guys who are used to maybe playing the $50 or under decks. This probably won't be the best deck for you. A lot of the cards in here can be a little bit pricey. But the thing is that they're engine cards, so you kind of need them in order to play the deck as effectively as possible. So with that being said, guys, you want to go ahead and give a quick disclaimer. This is going to be around 150 bucks in order to go ahead and make. Should have the picture on screen with me choosing out each and every single card to go ahead and put in here. It's two different variations to go ahead and play of the budget Sky Striker build. Again, the $150 variant. It does not change for as much, too much as far as that goes. But without further, let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. So, first things first. For the monster lineup, we play Triple Raye, of course, 3 Raye, 2 Roze. Playing more than this can get a little bit too cloggy in your hand. You really just want one Raye. As long as you got one Raye in circulation, you're pretty much good. Roze just comes up to make a few niche scenario plays here and there, so not too complicated as far as that goes. But definitely want to go ahead and play almost max out on the Sky Striker cards. When we get the new Sky Striker support, it's going to be very, very exciting because the deck can do quite a bit, as we saw it did, of course, get first place at YCS Hartford, but that was more of a Mystic Mine deck with Sky Striker support, let's be real here, which unfortunately is probably going to be the best way to play at least the budget version of this deck without having to put in things like DPE, Prosperity, things like that. So let's go ahead and keep that in mind as well. For the hand traps, you play 3 Veiler and 3 Ghost Ogre. Ash Blossom is still a $20 or $30 card at the very least. Ghost Ogre just got reprinted as well in the, I believe it got reprinted in the Outback Strike structure deck, so it's about $1.50 per copy. Same thing with Effect Veiler getting reprinted in, I believe, the same structure deck as well, about $1, $1.50 each. You can also play DD Crows in here. I was very, very surprised DD Crow is now like a $5, $6 card at the very minimum, but if you have them, I would have most likely put them over the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbits, just because I believe they're more effective than Ghost Ogre in pretty much any single matchup you're going to be having. I think DD Crow will be more effective than the Ghost Ogres, but again, we're going for a budget-friendly variant, and I believe that should be all the monsters in the main deck, guys. Now let's go ahead and get into the spells. For the spells, you got your Ace card, you got your 1 Mystic Mine, your 1 Area 0, 1 Terraforming, 1 Metaverse, and 3 Demise of the Land. Demise of the Land, I ordered them last week on TCG Player, but they still haven't come in, unfortunately, on time, but just pretend that they are right here. Demise of the Land is a phenomenal tech. It's funny, right after that guy won first place with Sky Striker at the YCS Hartford, I spoke to my boy Ford about it, and he said that's a Duel Links tech. So that's actually pretty funny. So definitely want to go ahead and maximize on triple Demise of the Land. Actually, it skyrocketed right after he won first place, and it was like a $12, $13 card for like a day, and then it dropped back down to being a $3 or $4 card. So definitely worth picking up in order to maximize the deck's potential overall. Essentially, you're playing 4, 5, 8 copies essentially of Mystic Mine in your deck. So really good ratio as far as that goes. Doesn't get much better than that, so really good. Next, for the Sky Striker cards, you play 3 of the Widow Anchor, 1 Hornet Drone, 1 of the Mobilize Engage, 2 Afterburn, 1 Shark Cannon, 1 Multiroll, and I believe that's it for the Sky Striker cards. Unless I'm messing up. No, that's it for the Sky Striker cards. So really, it's going to be probably the best ratio for you guys. I was really thinking about getting potentially a second Shark Cannon because it's going to be a more budget-friendly deck. Again, and Shark Cannon can come up a lot. It's really good messing with the extra deck, but again, messing with the graveyard, I should say. But again, if you have DD Crows, then you really just go ahead and keep this down to 1. If for some reason you don't have DD Crows, it's perfectly fine. I would probably, I'll show you what to go ahead and take out to put in a another Shark Cannon, but that's probably one that I'll be fiddling around here back and forth as we proceed. Alright guys, so next for your consistency cards, you play double Pot of Desires, 1 Rhoda, 1 Upstart Goblin, double Foolish Burial Goods, and the 1 Metalfoes Fusion. This is pretty much another Upstart Goblin, 2 more Upstart Goblins, playing 3 or 4 Upstart Goblins in your deck, Rhoda, and double Desires. So we don't play Prosperity in this deck. We're playing budget friendly, get rid of prosperity, get that garbage out of here. We play Desires, best card in the deck. Pray you don't banish your Rays and you're good to go. Double Foolish Burial Goods to go ahead and send your Metalfoes Fusion into the grave, get your free draw 1. Also, it sends 2 spells essentially directly to the grave, so really good as far as that goes, feeling your grave early game as well. And then you can go ahead and resolve Metalfoes Fusion afterwards. Upstart Goblin, you go ahead and take this out if you want to go ahead and put in another Shark Cannon in there as well. And your 1 Rhoda to go ahead and have consistency with your Rays. Next, for the remainder of the deck, I play triple Forbidden Chalice and then 1 Called by the Grave. So 40 card deck even. Forbidden Chalice is phenomenal. Imperm is really good, of course, but that is a $10 card compared to Forbidden Chalice, is like $1 to $2 per copy at time of recording this video. That's another thing, is that prices do fluctuate quite a bit in this game. So if you're seeing this a little bit down the line, just let me know and then go ahead and do an updated profile for you guys. Maybe it's a little bit more budget friendly. But yeah, just go ahead and keep that in mind as well if you do watch this in the future. But 3 Forbidden Chalice, 1 Called by the Grave. This to replace the Imperms. Now, if you want to go ahead and play still play the Trap Trick version of this deck, that's perfectly fine. So essentially, what you would do in the event that you have, if you have Imperms, definitely I would go the Trap Trick route. So if you want to go ahead and play the Trap Trick version, it's perfectly fine. That's the route I'm most likely going to be taking as well. I take out the 3 Chalice, 2 Desires, 1 Called by the Grave, or the 1 Upstart Goblin. As far as this is interchangeable, I just prefer to have Upstart Goblin in the deck. Double Foolish Burial Goods and take out the 1 Metalfoes Fusion. Take these 3 cards out, you put 3 Triple Tactics Talents, 3 Imperm, and then 3 D Barrier. If you do not have Imperm, you can still play the Trap version of this deck. But instead of Imperm, you can play cards like Torrential Tribute. It's a really good one to go ahead and play as well. So that's something that you could definitely go ahead and play around with if you want to go ahead and play still a heavy for Sky Striker trap lineup in your deck, in your main deck as well. That's going to be a 40 card even main deck. Now on to the extra deck for the Budget Strikers. So for the Budget Strikers, guys, play 3 Kagari, 3 Shizuku, 3 Hayate, 1 Kaina, and then 1 Zeke. Pretty much, I believe, standard Sky Striker stuff. I know most people will tend to lead to just 2 Hayate. I think that 3 comes up quite a bit, especially in this version of the deck, so I would definitely want to go ahead and maximize on this. Another card you can also play in the main deck as well is Pot of Desires. So that's also another alternative you can use instead of like a Pot of Desires. You can play Pot of Avarice. So with Pot of Avarice, it actually opens up a lot of avenues going first, especially. I know Sky Striker usually prefer to go second, just because they get a little bit more advantage off of their cards. But essentially, if you are playing the Pot of Avarice variant, you do get a little bit more advantage going first as well. You can very easily go ahead and turbo out pretty much all of your Link monsters, and if you do hand trap your opponent as well, or whatever it be, that's an instant draw 2 on your turn as well. Next, for the last 4 cards of the extra deck, 1 IP Masquerena, Knightmare Phoenix, Cerberus, and Unicorn as well to wrap up your extra deck. It's 15 card extra deck. We're not playing side deck. Again, it's just a budget, bare minimum what you need to go ahead and play Sky Striker at the most competitive level possible. For myself, I'll most likely be taking a break from the DDs to go ahead and play Sky Striker. Once my Demise of the Lands come in, of course. Unfortunately, those are going to take a little bit of time. But honestly, I believe that with this lineup in Sky Striker, you're going to have a very good chance of winning. Definitely your locals, and honestly, I believe it can be very competitive, even at the regional level as well. Honestly, you just have to know your combos. You just have to be able to be. In order to play Sky Striker effectively, you really need to be a good student of the game. Just because resource management is everything with this deck specifically. Honestly, I believe this is definitely a tier 1 deck, but it does take a really good pilot to go ahead and see the specific avenues. This is one of those decks that's easy to learn, but definitely tough to master. So let me know if you guys do enjoy, guys, the budget version of the profiles. If you guys like the more budget decks, let me know down below in the comment section. I'll go ahead and bring some more out for you. I believe next we also have budget heroes. I am working on that. Liquid Soldier did just get reprinted, so it's gonna be really exciting. I'm probably gonna be doing a post Liquid Soldier reprint build for the heroes, because reprints, it's extremely difficult because Liquid Soldier is such an important key piece of the deck, in my opinion. So you really want to go ahead and have that in there, but that we're not talking about heroes in this deck, in this video. So anyway, guys, if you guys do enjoy, go ahead and leave a like down below, comment down below what budget deck you want to go ahead and see next, or if you want to see a more competitive style deck, again, let me know in the comment section down below. I know Virtual Worlds are doing extremely well recently, topping the Peruvian Nationals, so that's really cool. Go Peru. So again, let me know what you guys want to see in the comment section down below, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one.